everybody, welcome to the Vinyl Channel. I'm that Vinyl Guy Boz. So Brian over at Embryonic Robot, he put out his own vinyl tag. I know it's getting to the end of January, and the vinyl tags are going to pretty much go away, but I'm going to do one last one before January is done. But his vinyl tag is called the Difficult Vinyl Tag. So he has 10 questions. I have all 10 questions right here. And what he said was, if you come across a question that is impossible for you to answer for whatever reason, just make up your own question and put it in its place, but make it a difficult question. So I've done that. I think it's 3 questions that I've replaced with my own, but otherwise, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started, okay? So the very first question is, show a test pressing. So what I have here is from 1978. This here is a test pressing, Cheech and Chong test pressing. This is from the album Sleeping Beauty, and you can see it has all the documentation here from the pressing plant about the record and the label. Great album by Cheech and Chong. So one of my favorites. The Big Sniff, Pedro's Request, Framed, and of course the whole Sleeping Beauty skit they do is just awesome. So, but it's a great test pressing, and there you go. That's the question, the answer to question number 1. So let's go ahead and move on to question number 2. Show a flexi disc. Okay, so I have one here. This is actually from Russia. I think it was pressed in the early to mid 1980s. It is a John Lennon flexi disc, and I just dropped the paper out that has the American names of the songs, because all the songs are in Russian. So that's the names of the songs that are on this flexi disc. It's a double-sided flexi disc. Here is the front cover of it. And here is the back cover of it. And let me show you what the flexi disc looks like. It comes into this little trifold type thing. And here is the flexi disc right here. Awesome. It's awesome sky blue. It is pressed on both sides. So I believe it plays at 33 RPM. But it's a very, very, very cool flexi disc. Let me take the whole thing out again. Just one more look. And yeah, so it has John Lennon songs. Let's see, John Lennon has Imagine, How Can I, Give Me Some Truth, and All My Love. So it has 2 songs per side. So that's my flexi disc. Okay, so moving on to number 3, record with a timing strip or time strip on the jacket. I have probably a handful of those, maybe 7 or 10 of them in my collection. They're mainly for promotional records in the 70s and the 80s. They would do that. But I have this one here. This is Michael Murphy, Swans Against the Sun, which is a soft rock album. Not sure when it was pressed, based by the label. I'm going to say to the late 1970s. But you can see in the bottom it does have that timing strip that he's talking about. Where it has all the songs and the lengths of the songs. So, but it's pretty cool. Question number 4. Show a record with concentric grooves. So I know you're thinking about, well, what the heck is concentric grooves? I wrote a little thing down here. One record with a parallel set of spiral grooves. So I have some assistance here, some diagrams. So as you can see here, it's one record and it has 2 grooves. The red groove is 1 track, and the blue groove is a completely different track. So depending on where the stylus sets down on, the one side can play 2 different songs. I do have a record. I have several, actually. I pulled this one out. This here is a record with concentric grooves. Sometimes they market these as a 3-sided record. This here is a Mexican pressing. And then you can see down at the bottom here, it says Lada B included in Lada A. So basically side B is inside of side A, and the side C is the extended mix. This here is the band M, and it's the song Pop Music. It's a 12-inch single. So, but the side C is the extended mix, so that's just one track, but side A has two different songs, again, depending on where you set down the stylus. It could either be the single version of pop music, or it could be factor M. So, but yeah, this here is a record with concentric groups. Okay, so question number 5. Show a record that is not in Discogs or one that you added. I have added a whole bunch of records to Discogs. But rather than try to figure out what those are, I went ahead and grabbed a record that I know is not in Discogs. So this here is Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia, which is a, on the back here it says it's a National Honorary Music Fraternity. This here is Reflections in Jazz. Now, I spent about a good 10-15 minutes. I think I looked in the past, too, which is why I initially went to this. But I wanted to check again, because it had been a year or so since I checked. But I spent 10 to 15 minutes looking at Discogs. Can't find this. I can find Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia. I think they have 2 or 3 releases up there, but not this one. Again, Reflections in Jazz. It's just a jazz record. Here, it's on this Wham label. So, and matter of fact, I can't even find this Wham label on Discogs either. So, yeah, so that's going to be your record that's not in Discogs. So, question number 6. 7-inch single, 12-inch single of the same track or another combination. So, I do have several different records I could have chose for this, because I collect both 12-inch singles and 7-inch singles as well. But I grabbed this one. This here is Shalimar, Dancing on the Sheets, which I think is from the movie A Dirty Dancing. So this here is the 7-inch single of the song, okay, Dancing on the Sheets. And this here is the 12-inch extended single of the same song, Dancing on the Sheets by Shalimar. Okay, so moving on to number 7. Show an album and all the singles from that album, either in 7-inch, 12-inch format, or CD singles. I guess cut singles also could have worked. I don't have any of those though. But so I'll tell you here what I grabbed. I grabbed Van Halen 1984, or as it's shown here on the cover, MCMLXXXIV. Okay, but we all know it as 1984 Van Halen. Great. Album by them. I think this is my favorite Van Halen album, but they did put out 4 singles. I do have all 4 singles here. This here is I'll Wait, and if you have a hard time seeing it, I will bring it up to the camera so you can see it better. This one here is Hot for Teacher. I have that single. Of course, the single Jump. Okay, I do have that as well. Let me see if I can move it up here like that. There it is. There's Jump. And finally, the very last single is Panama. So there's the 4 singles that were released from the album 1984 by Van Halen. Okay, moving on to number 8. Show a record that was bundled with a CD or a DVD. So what I have here is a record that I bought from Sundazed. Sundazed is a great website. They do a lot of reissues of stuff from the 1960s. I bought quite a few stuff from them over the years. I really liked them a lot. So I came across this on their website. It just caught my attention. This here is, let me see if I can't remove the book. This here is the original, the original sleeve that came in. I kept that. But this here is a soundtrack for a movie. It's called Space Thing. Okay. And I had never seen the movie before, but of course it caught my eye. I'm big into soundtracks, big into science fiction soundtracks and science fiction in general. This is a movie from 1968. It is really a soft core porn movie. It just has a lot of nudity, nothing else in it. On the top here it says it's Buck Rogers for adults. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm going to take a picture of it and show it up to the screen so you can see it. But it's very cool. It came in this gray vinyl here. Okay, but let me take all this out. Just in case you have, it's a very obscure movie actually. And I think I have it here somewhere. Don't I? Huh. Well, it did come with a DVD. I probably have it. I'm not. Oh, you know what? It's probably inside this book. I bet you I put it inside this book. But yes, it was definitely inside the book. This here is a DVD of the movie, just in case you've never seen it and you can't find it. Again, a very obscure movie from 1968, Space Thing. But yeah, it was just a very cool, cool looking cover. And again, I'm into sci-fi and the movies, so they went ahead and shipped it with the DVD in case you've never seen it, which I hadn't. I tried to watch the movie. I got about halfway through it. The plot was just so bad. I mean, yeah, it has some nudity, has some, some pretty girls in it, but that wasn't enough to hold my attention. Not really. It has to have a story, and the story was really bad. But anyways, the soundtrack is actually really, really good. So yeah, so there you go. That's my album that came with a DVD. Okay, so moving on to number 9, show a record with a wrong label affixed to either side. So I do have here, so before I show you the album cover here, which is going to give away what this is, I'm going to take out the record itself and show you this. So this here is Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind. I'll go ahead and bring this up to the camera where you can get a good picture of this label. So that is the label on here, and the label's on both sides. But this is actually Styx, Styx Paradise Theater. And big giveaway is this laser etching it has. Let me see if I can get it in the light so you can possibly see it. I'm not sure if you can see that laser etching or not. What can I do to do that? There you go. I think you can kind of see that laser etching there where it says Styx. You see that Styx on top where it has that? So that's a laser etching. So Columbia actually pressed the wrong label on this album, even though it says Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind. The record is actually Styx Paradise Theater. So, it's kind of a cool thing to have whenever you have something pressed like that that's wrong. So, but there you go. That's the answer to that question. Okay, and last but not least, number 10. A song that mentions your name, first name, last name, middle name, or nickname. Now, I'm known as Boz here in the vinyl community. That's a nickname that I took, and but my first name is Henry, and so the song would be I'm Henry the Eighth I Am by Herman's Hermits. That is the 45 RPM record, and hopefully y'all can make out that picture sleeve, but that is I'm Henry the Eighth I Am. So there you go. That's going to be my response to Brian. Again, over at Embryonic Robot. I'll put a link down to his page. Check him out. I do want to thank everybody for watching today. And that's it. I'll see you all next time.